Hey everyone, Jamie Pate here. Welcome to the Stop the Blur June Memory Planner walkthrough. Now, if you're new to the show, I participate in what is so affectionately known as Stop the Blur. And Stop the Blur is a monthly class subscription offered by Heidi Swap that is made to spark inspiration for memory keeping. It's simply what we call our monthly memory planner process. Looking at the second planner book of the year, because I just finished April, May, and June in this blush planner, I'm excited to share what June looks like this month. And so let me know if you'd like a video that walks through the entire 3-month book. Let me know in the comments below. But today we're going to walk through June and see how that played out in this planner for the month, and in hopes that maybe this will inspire you too to stop your own blur as well. We finished off last month. This is a series on my channel sharing a walkthrough of the most recent memory planner. And so I believe we finished off last month sharing what I did here in this first of the week June page. So this shouldn't come as too much surprise for you. These next few weeks here in June are brought to you pretty heavily by the June Stop the Blur, and July should be hitting right now. If you have any more questions about any of these things that I'm sharing with you, number one, ask me a question please in the comments. Number two, I've got everything I talk about a link, so if you have desire for just more info, just click through there. Okay, so now we come to June 6th rather, and a couple different things are taking place here. Okay, so I start the week off. Now, something I want to share really quick before I forget. And I'm going to talk about how I've deconstructed some previous makes. Now, you can look on my Instagram feed, and if I've just made something that doesn't really have any at the time purpose in mind, then I just kind of share it with you guys. It's not necessarily on a page. It might just be sitting on my work desk. And this is one of those right here. This is what I'm calling a deconstructed make. It is an envelope from Heidi's Dies. It had the envelope top, and I had a different, actually a stamped kind of journal card that I popped in here, and I deconstructed it to work for this. And I actually even had a little stamped thing here, but I had this literally sitting on my desk as Doing My Best, which is from the August Captions stamp set, and I made it some journaling. I have some hidden journaling in here, and I like doing this so much. I've done it several times these weeks. So here's the moral of that story, and I hope I'm making myself clear. We got stamp therapy that is in the house, and you guys are making lots of stamps probably, and yeah, you might not be making stamps, but you're making tags. You might be making cards. You might just be making a thing, and you're not really sure what it is. Love the term fodder. That's a real popular term out there. So call it making fodder, and keep it with all your Stop the Blur or memory planner books and your kit, wherever you keep that, keep it all together. I guarantee you, as you're going through your week and you're just kind of looking, what do I want to include in here, you're going to find some of those makes, and either you're going to use them as you made them, or you're going to deconstruct them. And so that's like my biggest tip. I hope that's the biggest takeaway. Had a lot of fun deconstructing my makes. Okay, so into Tuesday, I printed a card I did a screenshot of Instagram because I like the thank yesterday, love today, create tomorrow. I just stamped this little flippable journal card, and I stamped it with I'm not a mess, I'm a spicy disaster. Love that stamp. Picture of something we did in our day. Continue with this was a whole day up at my daughter's. I used the party decor stamp to create this little vellum covered feature with the cake and the yay, and that was a lot of fun. So obviously it's her cake underneath there for her birthday. And then I have some hidden journaling here because you have to document when you watch Top Gun Maverick, so that's there. And then inside I have my journaling for that here because I wanted to include some smallish pictures. Here I wanted to include some smallish pictures. They're about an inch by by 1 inch of just kind of like what's currently happening on my desk. So there's some kind of studio make kind of pictures there. And I had a friend send this quote to me. Shout out to the mom who has had prom, graduation, last this and last that, and about a bajillion family members crowded in her home to celebrate all of it. Oh, and she still has normal life to do in the middle of it. Okay, my friend seriously pegged it for me. That's how life has been feeling up to this point. Okay, so then I kind of hid this picture. I'm not really big on taking pictures of food. I don't love it. It doesn't always, for me, especially like pizza, it doesn't really present itself well. It's just a personal thing. Don't mind me at all. Oh, I don't think this is hardly even attached in here. Anyway, so I kind of managed to sort of hide my food picture, but I wanted to share my food picture because it was the first time we had grilled pizza for our summer season, and it's a really big deal in our family. I like this really tall picture. I don't normally do tall pictures in my memory planners anymore, on my pages anymore, but I went ahead and put this in here as a flippable, and it's just kind of there just in case I want to come back and add anything in there. I did the same thing here, what was currently going on my desk. Now this, you will see this again on my Instagram feed, this little tag that I put inside a Heidi Swap die envelope, and there is journaling and pictures on the front and back, and so I thought that was a great place for that. I printed these pictures out 2x2, and I get quite asked all the time, and stay tuned for my Q&A that is coming out very soon. I'm answering your guys' questions that you have asked me over the last couple weeks, and so to answer the questions for what size I am printing for this page, it's almost all 2x2. Obviously that's not, but it is 2 inches wide. And so here, these are 2x2. When I printed them on my photo paper, I just kept them together. I didn't cut them apart. I added 1/8 inch double-sided adhesive tape on both sides of this to create a pocket. And then inside my pocket, I love this little craft tag. I just think it's super cute, and I was inspired by Heidi just to kind of keep my ribbon nice and long, so that was fun. And then there's just some additional photos in here as well. So that's how that was just a really super fun day. Great memories with some family that was in town, and so that's got a little bit bigger spread on my page. Now this we are calling the blue page. So this is kind of, when I look at this page, this is like, in a way, kind of classic Jamie memory planning. And what I mean by that is this day especially is like journaling or bullet point, some sort of stop the blur kit element, and a photo. Stop the blur element is sitting right in here. Lots of journaling. Again, a pre-stamped, a pre-made little tag there that just says remember from, I believe it's the June Stamp Society stamp there. And then adding in some more stamping, photo, more journaling. It just kind of repeats itself. Photo, hidden journaling in here, and this hidden journaling plus it's an element from Stop the Blur. Okay, and over here, so more food, but it was important food, but I had to hide it. I know. It's just the way I am. Anyway, more stamping, the heck yes. I think that's from July's caption stamp, and then Sunshine State of Mind is from the Sun Chaser set. Take a day by day is from June. I use both here and here the 6x8 Blue Skies Alpha. I thought it was like perfect alpha for announcing the new distress color. And so everything on this, and that's exactly what inspired this whole page, in case you haven't been able to tell, was the brand new distress color. So I believe I put this part of my page in first, and then everything kind of worked out from there. So that's another idea too. Here's another tip. And these tips are all free. I'm not going to charge you for these tips like at all. So this tip is, if you're not really quite sure where your page is going, start on something that's really a significant part of that week. For me, the new distress color was pretty significant. I mean, the baby picture, yes, always significant. The distress color was just a fantastic release. I had so much fun making with it. And so I think it's like an important part of my memories and important part of having in my planner. And then I really went heavy again with photos for Father's Day. And these are all 2x2. And I think this like Sunday portion is like a great space. Oh, here's another tip. If you're writing this down at home, here's like tip number 3. Again, it's a freebie. Yeah, don't worry. I won't charge you at all. But this is like this great space. Look at all these photos you get in here, and they're like 2x2, so they're really good sized photos, right? And then I flipped this up because I had more photos I wanted to share, and my journaling is tucked back behind here. And again, the same old trick. It's the 1/8 by 1/8. I'm sorry. It's the 1/8 inch double-sided adhesive that just adheres that photo to the page, and then note to self and my journaling. And you can see too, because it's so long, I did the same thing with this photo. You can actually see that journaling there underneath. So I love this page so much. It was so fun. It was a fun page to do. All right, we're getting at the end of June here. And again, now here's another thing that I want to share with you guys. I actually really struggled with this page. I had quite a few photos, as you'll see as we go through each day, and the colors were certainly not jiving for me. And I just have to confess, I really do like my page to have a cohesive feel with color. And I'm just not able to get away from it yet. Maybe someday I'll grow up and I'll do that. But in the meantime, I really wanted to play with the mint alphas that were part of June's kit, and that was kind of playing nicely with some of these photos, especially the blue of the pool here. So I decided, you know what, we're just going to make it work. So let me show you how I made that work. Okay, so this photo all by itself, it already had blue hues and was light enough. I didn't really worry about that. I just embraced it. I used one of the ledger tags here that's in the shop and added some additional hidden journaling here, and I added 1/8 inch adhesive up here on the top, and so it actually flips underneath. It's a little bit different than what I've done before, but I kind of like it. It kind of made this whole page you see is kind of flippy. You can see all the flippies going on here, but you know, I like it. It's fun. I like it. So I added summer and the temperature for the first day of summer, because it was kind of a cool day. 68 degrees here in Fahrenheit land is kind of cool for the first day of summer. So I just thought that was something I wanted to remember in the future. I have additional journaling here behind this little tag. I think this is an older Stop the Blur printable. I don't even know what kit it's from. It happens. We are getting so much great fodder from the Stop the Blur kits and the video series that as I pull different colors, I don't always get things back in the month that they belong, which, that doesn't go great with my linear brain, but I'm embracing it, guys. You should be so proud of me. Okay, now this I do know is from February, and I thought the color went great with this page. So I actually scored it here at the bottom so that I could flip it open. Now you can see here, these pictures were not going with my color vibe, but God knows I needed to have these pictures of my 4-month grandbaby inside this week. So I just utilized that one little flippy technique that Heidi shared with us a couple of Stop the Blurs ago, and then I have it tucked under this circle ledger note that has additional journaling from my day and my bullet list from the day. This is our zoo day, but there were other things that were going on in the day as well. So I just made this little book. It's a back-to-back bound book, and each page has a photo and each page has journaling, and so I didn't have any more need for journaling on here. So again, you can see, I believe I have a reel making this tag, and it was a long tag, and I didn't want the long tag on my page, but I loved this. I love all this cluster. I love the enjoy, because we super enjoy the zoo. So it was just a great addition to have here on my day and to celebrate what kind of day we had. Really deconstructed that by cutting it down to it's actually less than a 2x2. So just another little idea right there. The yay is from the Sun Chasers sticker book. So we're over to here to Friday, where I had my grandnephews and my son at the pool, and I used some elements from our Stop the Blur. This is from FM. Let's make sure we say that right. This is Ephemera from Sun Chaser, and I actually wrote right on it, and then more bullet journaling here. This photo here, I had printed it out in color. I don't have that photo now because I gave it to one of my daughters, and I didn't love it how it was interacting with the page. So I went ahead and did black and white. Now I usually love black and white. For some reason, black and white is not translating great for this particular photo, but I'm going to embrace it because I have the photo to have someplace else, right? I put a February Stop the Blur heart sticker with this. This little tag was actually part of this bigger tag that's down here, and I took it off already have the ribbon on it, and I tied it to the craft tag that is part of the Stop the Blur kit, and I have journaling about this photo under here. I love that little element there. Lots of journaling, lots of journaling. Now, tip number, I don't even know how many now. I didn't have any photos from Sunday, but Sunday, one of my things is to take time and just play and art journal here in my studio. And so I went ahead and took pictures that day. I probably put them out on my stories. And so Sunday, it was just just a typical Sunday, not really too much memorable was going on. So I decided to utilize my journaling this time to talk about art journaling and how much I love art journaling. And I want to be a lot better about doing that. So sometimes I think we can kind of get caught into, well, it's Tuesday, and I have to talk about Tuesday. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe nothing happened on Tuesday. Maybe it was a rainy day and you're stuck inside just like the two children in Cat in the Hat and nothing happened, and you definitely don't want the Cat in the Hat to come and destroy your clean house. So, like, maybe you're in your craft room and you're art journaling. Well, then talk about something that's meaningful to you at that time. All right, this is going long, and we're going to wrap this up. This is the last week of June because it was just these 4 days rather, and then July starts here, but I'm going to start that in a whole nother book. So I just kept this to this side. And to me, this is a super basic page, and to me, it's a page that I adore. And I just realized I didn't get my journaling on here yet. I do have journaling for this. So again, this was a sample that I made for Heidi Swap, and again, I deconstructed it big time. It was actually, I can show you, you can even still see the tape there. It was actually on this, and I thought, yeah, I'm probably going to use it somewhere as an interactive piece. Well, I decided I just wanted this piece, and so this is one of the envelope dies that have been used to cut out some vellum, and then these are, this is just pattern paper from Fresh Air, and this is one of the Ledger notepads. And then, of course, I believe that's from June also, the camera stamp. I love me a camera stamp. I very often I try to put a quote out on Sunday. Sometimes it doesn't make it till Monday. And I just love this one so much. And actually, when I put it out on stories, a lot of you guys talk to me how much you appreciate it, even though I left off a whole entire word. Y'all are so gracious. Thank you so much. But I wanted that to be there. So I like putting my own quote cards and on my page on my day. This was the first sign of a sunflower, so that has a picture. This is not completed yet. This is going to take me a minute, but there was a post out there by someone I follow, Emily Freeman, and it ended up being a prompt, and I thought that would be a fantastic journal. So I decided to, again, I already had this made. I grabbed it out of my pile and I took out the tag that was in it, and I decided I'm going to trim down these prompts and stick it inside. So I always have it, and I'll come back and see it again next year. So yet again, can you tell I'm super about the make stuff, people, make stuff, make stuff. Bullet point journaling. Now, I made these photos in a template, and now I know you're going to ask me about this template, so let me just get through this video first. And again, did the same thing here about these days, and just a little bit of journaling, and that is a wrap, you guys. June is done. We're halfway through the year already. Gosh, guys, thank you so much for supporting these videos. Thank you for clicking through the links. I get a little kickback from doing that. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra, but it definitely helps fuel the ability to create the makes and to share them here with you. So if you have any questions, please ask. Talk to each other in the comments too. And I will see you in the next video.